As Assam heads towards the bipole elections in 5 important constituencies, we are joined by BTR Chief Pramod Boro, key ally of the NDA in the Northeast, and also the main person who is behind the UPPL, and he is also a key ally for the growth of the NDA in Assam. First of all, Pramod Boroji, welcome to NewsX. Thank you for joining with us.
Thank you.
As you are preparing for this upcoming elections, you have fielded a candidate who is a former MCLA as well as the district president of your party in that particular district where the elections is being held. What were your thoughts and decisions as a party behind fielding Mr. Nirmal Brahma for this particular seat?
This by-election is only for like 1 year, 1.5 years. So the Sidli constituency was owned by our party in last assembly election, and the candidate, I mean the MLA who elected in last assembly election in 2021, he is again selected for the MP candidate.
So congratulations, your first seat, I think.
Yes.
As in the parliament.
Yes.
How is it like seeing UPPL representing in the parliament? Was it always your dream?
Yes. See, it is not only UPPL but the voice of Lower Assam and voice of the Bodo heartland and Bodo community as well. It is always important because in this region, we have in the council area more than 3.5 million population, and it's a huge number. And also this region is underdeveloped, and the region of this excluded from development process. It is because of more than 3 decades of movement, social movement, political movement, arms movement. So the development process was not in a continuous process. So there was disruption in between. So there is disparity. You can see like in infrastructure development and other development. So one member of parliament is very important. Yes. To highlight the issues people faced by this area, which is border to Bhutan also.
Yes.
And it is just behind the chicken neck. Yes. So there are lots of issues for why we need this MP. And the young boy, I mean the young leader, the Joyanto Bosumutari, he who was for MLA, now he is the MP. So we have selected Nirmal Kumar Brahma. He is a senior leader of the party. Yeah. Though he is leading in the district, he is a senior leader of the party and very simple. Yeah. From all sides, his behavior is very good and very active, hardworking. Yes. So that's why, and mature also.
So tell me about one thing. You are a key ally of the NDA in the Northeast. You have delivered the promise that the Lok Sabha seat will be won by the UPPL, and you have delivered that promise. In Northeast, we see a lot of regional parties are in partnership with the NDA. There are times where these parties have had their share of disagreements as well. If you look at Meghalaya, if you look at other states like Nagaland and Mizoram. However, in Assam, we have seen that you have maintained a very good relationship with the NDA. The UPPL has had its share of disagreements. However, it has maintained a very cordial relationship. So how is it like working with the NDA in terms of the political partnership? And do you think how has been the coordination going on? Because you just have delivered the result in the Lok Sabha, but going forward also in the upcoming year, you have the council elections as well. So how is the partnership working? Because a lot of people are curious about your stand as far as the partnership of the with the NDA as well.
It is good, we are maintaining a good relationship. As you have mentioned, the other states of Northeast, their status, their political objectives are quite different from us, and we are just coming from a long revolutions, from long-term movements and sacrifice. So now our parties, we signed an accord on 2020, but it is known as Peace Accord, yes. And it was signed in presence of Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji. And after signing the accord, Honorable Prime Minister visited Kokrajhar, yes. In 2020. So after that, the whole scenario and whole situations, started transforming in Bodoland regions. It was like a hopeless situation. Now all people are hoping for something. Yeah. So we have an agenda, yeah. And they are already running their states. Their level of thinking is at different level. So what politics they are doing now in their particular states, it's depend on them, how they are going to address the issues of their people and also fulfill the aspirations of their people. Our issue and our status is completely different. Okay. What our people want now is the implementation of the Bodo Accord, sustainable peace, security among people, and also resolutions of all conflicts that happened in the last couple of decades. So we are addressing those issues, and at this moment, NDA as NDA, the main objective of the NDA in the country under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, he is thinking of the different level of politics, like what he is saying ki Viksit Bharat, now Azadi ke Amrit Kal. This time he is saying it's Amrit Kal, and his agenda is making India a superpower, economic superpower, which was previously previous leader, they could not even thought of that. They were just leading the party, leading the government with as usual agenda.
Do you think it has improved what you talked about just now, that peace is the main agenda when you form the government? Do you think with the NDA along with your government, it has become easier for you to implement the peace initiatives, because Union Home Minister has been monitoring the BTR situation. He has also been there for the signing of the Boro Accord. So do you think it has become easier for you to implement the peace initiatives because of the directives and also leadership of PM Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah?
Exactly. I must say they are very positive. In my 30 years of activism, I have seen lots of leaders in our country, right from the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru ji as a first Prime Minister till Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji. So many leaders has taken the responsibility to lead the government, to lead the country. So the power of taking decisions, the decisive mind, that should be with leaders and understanding the issues. And Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji, his mind, his thinking, his vision is very clear. He wants to resolve all the issues within the country and take the country to new height. That is simple. So we have understand his heart, his thinking. So now we don't have any confusion, which was not there with the other leaders. For example, in case of Assam, right from Honorable Gopinath Bordoloi, at that time, he was
I'll just give your viewers a context. Gopinath Bordoloi was the first Chief Minister of Assam, and he was also there as the Premier before partition. And sir is talking about Gopinath Bordoloi. Yeah.
And Gopinath Bordoloi ji, he was a very visionary, dynamic at that time. And he knows everything. So he did some, decisions, some policies, which are still, very relevant. And till Gopinath Bordoloi ji to now Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma ji, we had many leaders to lead these states. Yeah. But the destination, the goal, the mission and vision set by the present Chief Minister is something different. I have met 4 or 5 CMs since I started the social work or,
4 or 5 CMs, Himanta Biswa Sarma, Sarbananda Sonowal, Tarun Gogoi, Prafulla Kumar Mohanto, to an extent, because you were a student leader during that time.
I was not leader at that time, but we can understand.
There was engagement. Yeah. Okay, go on, sir.
So, in this time, so his idea, his vision is very clear. So he understand the what is the problems the state's facing now. We have diverse culture, diverse language. So many communities are there, and there is conflict of interest also, and the aspirations are at different level. Every small communities have their own aspirations. Now, as a leader, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarmaji, he has to deliver all this, the aspirations, fulfill the aspirations. So now, why there is no any dharna, no any rally? Why Assam is peaceful? Because of leader. It is the leader who makes. It is the leader who breaks.
The thing that you have successfully ended is a common question asked by us journalists to you about this tribal non-tribal debate, which has very dominant here. But nowadays, even journalists like us are now, worried about asking you this question. So how has this debate now been gone off? Because earlier the bigger issue was whether it is the Boro majority versus the other communities. But nowadays, that topic and that narrative has gone out. It is a very different, it's a different discussion now. Nowadays, people are asking you whether you have done development or not. That is something that people will answer in the elections, but this is very strange because the question and the narrative has changed. So, do you think this is a positive outcome of your work here, that now people are asking you for development works? People's mandate towards the government has changed, and they are not going through ethnicity-driven politics that used to be a hindrance towards BTR's development. So how have you transformed that mindset of the people, and do you think this is not just your work or the work of a lot of people who are associated with BTR currently?
Yes, the peace was our main agenda, and all section of people, all communities, as a human being, our instinct is not violent. We don't, your behavior, my behavior, across the community line or any line, human beings are not violent. It happens for many reasons. Not only in our regions, in different part of the globe, still you can see the wars are going on in some countries. So, with my limited understanding and knowledge, what I have acquired, now I am of the opinion, like in last century, if two countries were enemy, in this century they become friends. If any two countries, they were friend in last century, they became enemy now. Exactly in the local level, if you see, within the state, within the country, within the district, within the village, we have that kind of conflict were there. So just coming, when their transformation were going on, that new education, new society, from traditional to constitutional, from unconventional to conventional, that transformation was happening that time. So at that time, there was casteism, people believe in caste, color and many things. So that time people could not understand. So the classification was there. So our people, tribal people, they go many times, they feel humiliated, isolated, neglected, deprived, suppressed, oppressed. These words were used by our former leaders. We were suppressed, we are oppressed, we are neglected, we are anytime deprived. This kind of, feelings were there, and it was genuine also to some extent. I also faced. So experiencing those, those not exactly practice, but the mindset of the time, knowingly, unknowingly, that within the gap among the people and the communities. Now we are the new generations. We can analyze what is good and what is bad. If you short analysis, go through the short analysis, strength and weakness. If I really want Bodo people should develop, then my home where I live must be peaceful. In order to make my home peaceful, I have to make you happy. Unless you are happy, my home will not be peaceful. So we have 23 communities here in Bodoland.
Like a country only, 23
Yes.
communities.
In last 20 years, I am activist for last 32 years.
Yes.
But 20 years, very seriously and very minutely, I am looking the whole things. And all communities, they have problems, they have grievances, they have aspirations. So I cannot, fulfill their aspirations sitting in the council office. Thus, the aspirations is very high. Sometimes it is, the limit is the sky.
Yeah.
But they don't know whether it is, it is possible to fulfill or not, whether it is within the constitutional framework or not, whether it is within the law or not. So now I have started, as soon as I joined the office, I started talking with them, because I knew that this community has the aspirations which is, this much, and it can be fulfilled.
Yeah.
Now I am trying to address this issue. Intentionally, I am taking the, responsibility,
Correct.
what they are soldiering. So we have happiness mission in government.
Yeah, that is another one of your partnerships with development, that we have done. You have a lot of partners now who are working in BTR. These development partners are working to implement these missions. We'll come to that, but since you have talked about the happiness
this
mission.
issue, I am coming to that. This issue is the third party intervention.
Yes.
Now, as long as you hate me, as long as you don't like me, you are angry with me, so you don't want to negotiate with me, reconcile with me, I have to find out the reason. If there is some reason which is very justified that you should hate me, then it will continue.
Correct.
If it is not justified, so we can reconcile it. Now we had conflict with Adivasi.
Yes.
Now there is no conflict. I am
They have
talking.
also surrendered.
Yes, I am talking frequently with the Adivasi organizations. So like my Bodo organizations.
Yeah.
So with other Rajbangshis. Now I am discussing with the Rajbangshis.
So you mean to say that there is a attempt to approach and mitigate the gaps that were earlier there, right?
That's it.
Yeah. So I'll ask you two more questions, because you are also unwell and you are campaigning extensively. One political question and one governance question. Let's come to the political questions first. At a time when NDA is fielding its 5 candidates for the by-elections, there is a problem among the opposition. The Congress president, who is also the president of the opposition alliance, has resigned because of a particular seat, which is the Bihali seat, where they wanted an opposition candidate which was not from the Congress party, but now the Congress is fielding its own candidate. So only for 5 seats they are fighting, and there is an upcoming assembly elections coming in 2026 where they have to fight for 26 seats. So do you think the opposition unity is questioned here? Or do you think the opposition unity can give a problem to parties like UPPL, AGP or BJP?
No, when you have confused mind, you cannot take any decision. Now, the opposition team, they are very confused. And they are coming from different ideology. And some have their own ideology and some doesn't. So, issue is that as long as you are confused what to do, why to do, how to do, so your every decision will be, not, correct.
Yeah.
So that is happening. Yeah. That's why they have to reconcile among themselves. Yeah. They won't create any problems.
There is no problem for the NDA parties this time.
I don't think, because our Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma ji, which is not only leader of Assam now, he's liked by all the people of India. So fortunately we are, under him. Yeah. We are, in Assam. So his political expertise, his political understanding will not leave any room for them to, come in contest. Yeah. Still, as long as there is a, the space, they will, speak their words.
So I'll ask you the last question. First of all, I'll give the context to our viewers that BTR region had its fair share of insurgency, its fair share of problems. There was also one time civil war happening here. But in 2024 and even in previous year, we are seeing Durand Cup competitions being held in BTR, wherein football teams from across the country, these are popular football clubs coming and playing here. The sports culture is on the rise. I have seen girls from Nepal also. So I've seen girls practicing boxing in different districts of BTR, from Udalguri, from other places. So this change of mindset, how do you see happening here? How it happened here? Because we talked about how national games in Assam changed the entire insurgency scenario of Assam. Do you think Durand Cup and competitions like Durand Cup will decide the destiny of BTR?
Definitely. We have to open BTR for the people. As you asked previously, you mentioned one thing, that we are engaging some, other partners. That is third-party intervention.
Yes.
When I and you doing a business, and we cannot, run the business, grow the business, then if we take some expert opinion, then definitely you will go to a new, direction.
Yes.
Exactly what happened in 17 years of role of by Hagrama Mohilariji, the previous chief. He had no any out of box thinking. He was not innovative. He was not creative. As a man, he may be good, but he was not creative. So he could not, address those issues which were very important to address that time. Now, I as a student activist for a long time, and I had the opportunity to study so many things and exposures with the people also, not even, though I am not going to abroad, I have exposure with the issues in the country. So I had this opportunity.
Yeah.
So now I am direct doing this from my side.
Yeah.
So the Durand Cup, the Santosh Trophy, and International Knowledge Festival, where Mohammed Yunus were also guest.
So now the interim Prime Minister after Sheikh Hasina has left is Mohammed Yunus, who came to the Knowledge Festival in BTR region, and he interacted with you as well, I think.
Yes, he came to my residence.
Yes.
We had lunch together.
Yeah.
We visited in our Kokrajhar Government College, Rangia College, and so many places along. And I had 2 days, a good time to discuss with him. So, so we opened the Bodoland for the people of the world so that they can come. If they can come, then they will not come along physically. Along with them, knowledge, ideas.
Knowledge sharing. Do you think knowledge sharing is happening to these development partners, because these flagship programs are testimony of that?
Yes. So we have now 36 flagship programs. We are trying to collect all the issues and grievances of the people and address with the best solution as the world people are doing. Because at the time, now as we know, that there is a Google, there is a, every opportunities are there. So now it is very, very, very good opportunities we have from technology and all sides to resolve our problems.
Yeah.
So we are just in last 4 years, our government is going to be 4 years on December. So in these 4 years, we have almost mapped the all problems and issues. And we have all addressed almost all the issues. May not be 100%,
correct,
but to some extent, to some part, to some portion, we have addressed the difficult and toughest issues which were ignored by the previous governments.
Last question in a brief you have to answer. This is like a rapid fire question. Are you a mass leader or a thought leader?
I'm a simple man. Leader, I can't say I am leader, but I am a simple man who love people, who like people and also nature. And I am very much grateful and thankful to God that God has given me this opportunity to come to the earth and see the people and be with the people.
So So this was Mr. Pramod Boro, Chief of the BTR Territorial Region in Assam. He is fully in confident about the upcoming by-poll election and also about his governance activities that he has been carrying out in BTR region, successfully implementing flagship programs such as the Be Happiness Mission and other many programs. With video journalist Nishanta Bora, this is Nibir Deka reporting for NewsX.